Okay, hello, greetings and welcome. So this next video is on cultivating light. How do you cultivate light? So the first thing to recognize when someone says they're working with light, all energy is light. Everything vibrates as light. So you can vital breathe and the light of your vitality will amplify. So you're working with a type of light. People who are very healthy, very vital are brighter. Their vitality is brighter. So if you practice breathing through the eyes, you'll see that brightness. If you practice breathing through the astral body, your astral body will intensify in light, and you'll be more sensitive to seeing and feeling people who have high ethical values, which will be brighter, and people who have lower ethical values, which will be darker. In the spirit, the light of the spirit is in one's spiritual fortitude and concentration. People with good samadhi skill, high concentration, radiate brightness. I was in a relationship with a lady who has a double PhD. She was one of the top translators in Japan. And when she radiated light during her translating work, it was like a blue star would light up around her body. And she was so concentrated in the translation of information from one language to another language, going through feeling, so it was going mental, astral, mental, and being interpreted into very clear, concise ideas. The light of a mental body would start to radiate like this star. So working with light and high frequencies is not the domain of spiritual people. Spiritual people just tend to be more empathic to understand how that works and why it works. But anyone who can maintain one-pointedness of concentration in whatever their endeavor is will emanate light. So now when we start working with non-dual light, we're looking at a relationship between mind and Akasha. When you develop Akashic trance and you enter into Akasha, then you turn the mirror back on yourself and you look at your own mind, what you fundamentally see is light. Your mind is a star. You will see light emanating out of your own mind. There is no identity as a person. There is no identity, I am me. There is just consciousness which radiates a type of light. Now, when you are incarnated into this body, there will be a stickiness to the shape of this body, which will be in the spirit. But when you look at your spirit from Akasha, that form disappears. And the center of gravity is your upper dantian. It's the light of your mind. It's the light of your spirit. Now, depending on how deep you've gone into Akasha and how unified your spirit is with non-duality, it may just be an aspect of the space of light or a field of light, and that you are conscious within that field of light. Or it may be an individual star, an alpha tuning fork, which has an identity and an immortal self of going, I am me and you are you, within this spiritual space. So depending on your level of development as whether that light is mind substance in a field of light, or whether it's mind substance radiated as a star of light on that field. Whichever it happens to be, once you come into resonance with that star or that field, you begin breathing it in and out of your mental, astral, and physical forms. You invite it through prayer, you invoke it. If you will it, then it becomes dual instantly, because that's a dualistic form. But if you make a prayer and you create a vacuous prayer space through humility, devotion, reverence, sacredness, leading into a type of stillness in your spiritual path, you'll invoke that light through the three bodies, whether it's through the pores or through the crown, whichever framework you've used to get into the light state, it'll reflect down that framework through prayer to radiate more light. And through these methods you can develop light in its dual state and non-dual state by raising up into light, and through prayer inviting light back down the vibrational scale through the bridges you built to get access to that light in the first place. Okay, so with working with light, how you achieve non-dual light is important, because that's a bridge of how you can use that light within your path of service. So consider how you build the bridges in your spiritual development up, because light will reflect down through those same pathways. Okay, thank you for your time, and see you on the next video.